So it looks like they have two tracks. You have the red and you have the blue in the distance over there. I think this is track 1, but I'm not sure. Looks like those are some times up there if you can see it. And yeah, it goes all the way up there. So we'll see. We'll see how the flow is pretty soon. All right, first impressions. This is a cool little thing right here. It has a screen. Hey guys, welcome to Kart Track Reviews. I'm Steven, as you may already know. Let's review the RPM Raceway location at Stamford, Connecticut. They had just done a renovation there where they changed their single level track to a multi-level track, and now they actually have two multi-level tracks. I don't know if they had two single level tracks before, but regardless, it's brand new renovated. I never went there before the renovation, but after the renovation, it looks pretty good. It's a pretty nice location, so let's get into it. Alright, so for pricing, if you get the membership, it's $75. It comes with 2 races. It comes with a $5 bar grill credit, a $5 arcade card. It comes with a head sock. It comes with a t-shirt. And it comes with another 3rd race on your 2nd visit. And if you buy the membership and you decide to race more frequently otherwise, the race pricing with a membership is $23 for 1 race, $44 for 2 races, and $63 for 3 races. The regular pricing, if you're not a member, is $30 for 1 race, $60 for 2 races, and $90 for 3 races. Which, if you compare it, that's a huge difference, because for 3 races as a member, you're paying $63. But if you were to pay $60 without a membership, you only get 2 races. So, definitely I would say get the membership. That is if you ever plan on coming back. So for pricing, I give it a 7. If you don't plan on going back and you're only going there once, I do think the pricing is rather high. I think maybe a few dollars less per race is a smarter idea for the pricing. However, I could kind of understand from a business decision right after you do the renovation that you probably want to have extra income. And for people that aren't coming all the time, the repeat customer income is going to be obviously lower if they don't get a membership. So I kind of understand the decision, but at the same time, I still give it a 7 just because it kind of sucks for people that are not going to do multiple visits at the location. Alright, so for karting. Karting is interesting because, again, I've never been there prior to the renovation. However, the karts look brand new. They have this really cool screen right in the middle of the steering wheel, which almost makes me wonder if they're maybe going to put lap times on that at some point, or if they're going to put maybe an RPM gauge. I don't know. It's an electric motor. It only really has one gear. But regardless of that, I don't know what the screen is for, but there was like a no Wi-Fi symbol and stuff like that, so maybe it's just not ready to be used. But I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to use it for. The tires were great. They were the perfect size for the karts, it seems like. At least when you're turning, you can kind of see it manages the weight of the kart pretty well. The steering is pretty easy. The pedal adjustment is super easy. There's just a red button that you press right between your legs, and if you're not pushing the pedals, it'll actually bring the pedals closer to you, and then obviously you can push it back with your feet to adjust it, and then let go of the button when you're done. The seats were comfortable. The cushions they had were comfortable. They were good sized seat cushions. So everything just kind of worked out pretty well for just getting yourself in the perfect position to drive the kart, which is, I mean, essentially unheard of. At least I've seen it a lot of places. The karts just don't seem to at least fit me very well. So it takes a lot of adjustment, or sometimes the adjustment doesn't work in a lot of places, so that kind of sucks. I give it an 8 for karts, which might be surprising for a lot of people because I like gas karts primarily. And I think gas karts are superior to electric karts when it comes to enjoyability. However, the thing about these karts is that because they're brand new, they're relatively consistent between them. Of course, some may be slightly faster, slightly slower than the other. Because the consistency between the karts was really close. relatively close. So I was pretty impressed with that. And obviously they're new karts, so you can't really complain about new karts. They're new, they're electric, right? Not great, but they are consistent, which is kind of fun when you try to gauge racing with other people, which is actually what I did when I went there. I did a race, which included 2 practices, a qualifying, and then a race. During the 2 practices, it was on the regular max speed, because we came as a group, and so they didn't really use our RPM Raceway accounts to account for how fast we were allowed to go. But we did pro speed on the qualifying and the race. Alright, so track flow. Track flow is not too bad here. One of the biggest things for me is that once you get to the second floor, or start heading up to the second floor, it's not rubber, which is awesome. Because, as you may have seen in another video, I don't like rubber flooring interacting with rubber tires. Not a fan. So, I really like the fact that it was... I couldn't tell the material that was being used, but I was convinced it was asphalt, or the same material that was used on the first floor, which is really impressive. The track had some technical turns while increasing elevation. This was on the red track, which I believe is track 1, so I didn't get a chance to do the other track. With the fact that there are high-speed sections that allow you to top out the kart, while also having at least 1 brake zone and having technical turns in an incline or decline, I was actually really impressed with the track flow. With the karts being at pro speed, it also really took advantage of increasing the skill you needed in order to control the kart and send it through the turns. So for track flow, I give it an 8. Alright, so for customer service, I don't know if it's because it's a new location, and maybe they had it closed for a while they were doing the renovation, so they had to get new employees, or whatever the case may be, or maybe the employees just aren't up to speed. But I noticed that when I asked one employee a question, and then I asked another employee the same question, I actually got different answers on 2 separate occasions, so for 2 different questions. Some of them seemed to try to be helpful, but I just think that they were kind of confidently wrong. My advice would be to anybody that goes there, just to ask the same question to different people, and you know, just so you know what you're getting. So for that, I give customer service a 6. It wasn't really terrible, it's just a shame that I had to ask the same question multiple times, and then kind of just pick whatever answer I liked most. So the question is, would I go again? I would go back to RPM Raceway in Stamford, Connecticut. And the reason for that is because it's not terribly far. The pricing is good if you have a membership, which I have an RPM Raceway membership. And apparently they do like to combine the tracks. I don't know exactly when, but it seems to definitely be more consistent than Supercharged. But that's a guess, so I'm not entirely sure when. I believe it was a Monday. I don't know if they do it every Monday that they combine the tracks, but if they do, that's awesome. So I'm definitely going to have to take a closer look at this place and go back again. Especially if they can give me pro speed while I'm on the track. If they can give me pro speed every time I go on track, I'll be very happy. I think if they don't give me pro speed, I'll be really disappointed. And probably not do more than 1 race. And that's a shame because pro speed honestly is really fun on that track, and I think it's almost a perfect speed for that track. Hopefully I'll be able to get another chance to go. Definitely try out the other track, the blue track, and give my opinion on that one at some point. The last time that I checked, I believe I was at 24.004 or something like that. So I'm pretty close to 23s, and that's, mind you, that's only doing 2 sessions. So I'm hoping that I'd be able to get, or at least I think I'd be able to get into 23s pretty easily. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, input, please put it in the comment section below. If you find any of this interesting, or you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you didn't enjoy the video, give it a dislike, and then please in the comments say why. I'd love to know. I'd like to improve. And if you would like, subscribe. Then you'll get to see all my other kart reviews. I do want to plan some big trips to go pretty far, to some really somewhat iconic kart tracks, at least for renting. So definitely subscribe, and hopefully I'll be able to get to those places soon. I'll talk to you guys later.
Dude,